Hello, it's my pleasure to introduce our working team. At my side is my colleague, Jorge Rodriguez Soto, and I am Fernando Sáenz. We work for the International Center of Economic Policy and Sustainable Development, which is a research center that belongs to Universidad Nacional Costa Rica. There we work in this teamwork called Policies for Rural Areas and Local Development. And within our research agenda, we collaborate with an international network called Rural Development Policies in Latin America, or Network PPAL. In this network, we are participating in a joint research effort in digital agriculture and transition. And we prepare a case study in Costa Rica, which is what we're going to present as a contribution for this symposium. And let me start by sharing this short presentation. Okay. Okay. And our presentation is like this: digital technologies for sustainable transition in agriculture as a contribution for this symposium in political science and public administration. Thank you for your invitation. I will start by saying something key ideas about traditional agriculture and popular opinions. And we normally heard about the agricultural sector has been largely criticized for presenting low productivity ratios or for producing large amounts of pollution. A second complaint actually comes from how sustainable is the way we produce food around the world, and of course the impact on climate and in resource degradation. And of course, the trade-off between these issues, especially since the Green Revolution that increased productivity through chemicals and unsustainable practices. Some effects of the Green Revolution, like soil degradation, water pollution, public health problems regarding agrochemicals and biodiversity loss, are normally key issues in discussions about the way we produce and how efficient it is. The two ways we're going to address this presentation is taking into consideration sustainability and innovation in agriculture. The innovation, what we call innovation, is currently focused on two streams: bioeconomy and digital technologies, both with the potential to reconcile economic and environmental goals. In this research, we focus on digital technologies, aimed to determine its contribution to sustainable transformation of the agricultural sector with increasing productivity. Besides, the agricultural sector is increasingly associated with rural territories. And that implies that these rural territories normally face structural difficulties regarding digital transformation, like lacking infrastructure, lacking digital capabilities, age of populations, and also disparities in income and education access. We apply the following research design and methodology. We took a multiple integrate case study in Costa Rica with case studies in coffee, banana, oil palm, and sugarcane sector, which encompasses 95% of the total agricultural production. And besides that, a case study in cattle production, which encompasses almost 29% of total farms. It's a qualitative approach based mostly on the analysis and systematization of case studies. Now I'm going to pass the word to.
Okay, to begin with, I'm going to present you the case of coffee, which is a product that has a large history in Costa Rica. As you can see in the map, it is a production that is centered in that is in the center of the country, from the south to the north, even if there is no, it doesn't appreciate quite well, but there are production more than not are the north. In case of technologies, we found first a public non-state organizations, ICAP, that has platforms for agrometeorological risk and market management, better practices and informations, capacitations, and everything regarding innovations. In the case of the innovations that the producers are implementing, we found that most of them are in line with bioeconomy. That means using bio inputs, using the residual biomass of the products, like for example the pulps or the peels of the fruit, which represents 80% of the biomass production. And well, that in that case bioeconomy. We also would like to highlight a project one that is carried out by Copedota, which is a cooperative of coffee ubicated in the Central Valley,
Eastern
part of the Central Valley, that maximize the sustainability effects by combining digital technologies with bioeconomy. In this case, they use sensors of soil to have almost real-time information of the composition of the soil and combine it with artificial intelligence softwares that design specific fertilizers for each specific parcel. And with that, they managed to duplicate the harvests from one every 2 years to one every year.
Okay, let's continue with this next slide.
Well,
Banana.
Now the case of banana production, which is in the Caribbean coast of the country, is concentrated there. It actually generates more than 80% of the employment in these areas.
Here.
In this case, we find, as well as in coffee, a public non-state organization, Corbana, I mean, that has platforms for agrometeorological and market risk, better practice diffusion, and innovation, general information about the sector and possibilities to innovate. We find that in this sector, there are not a lot of innovations in line with digital technologies, except one that tends to the most critical issue in this production, that is the agrochemical application. The agrochemical application in banana has been largely criticized because of the bragging effects. It is usually applied by planes, and it affects local communities, and the high toxicity of the substance is commonly absorbed by the product and later eaten by humans.
And also water pollution.
And water pollution, yes. Now, the innovation we found in this sector is the use of specialized software and hardware and GPS to have a better application, a better location of the application. This means that the pilot no longer have to manually handle the application, but a GPS and a software does it. Also, we find that use of drones are way better to the applications targeting, but they are significantly more expensive than the planes, so they are not used a lot.
African
oil palm. The oil palm that is located in the Pacific coast.
This area.
Here again, and in every production we evaluated, we find a public non-state organization that have platforms for agrometeorological and market risks, better practice diffusion, and innovation possibilities. But in this case, the use of digital technologies is concentrated in aerial photographs and satellite images for monitoring and registry of production. This saved the enterprises a lot of costs because they used to have to move teams to each part of the field to check out the plants. Now they can do it in almost real time with aerial photographs. This has impacts on sustainability due to the emissions of the vehicles they use to move around all the plantations. Also, another major impact is the precision irrigation technology they now use. With this, they managed to reduce the water use in a 95%, which is almost all the water use they had before. And this includes the application of agrochemicals. Now they use high precision technology to apply agrochemicals that they locate specifically using the aerial images. So they managed to reduce a lot the use of agrochemicals and started developing some bio inputs to substitute them.
Next. Got
Well, now in the case of cattle and digital technologies, most cattle is around all the countries concentrated in the north part. The first, there's an state initiative that is to control and have a digital registry of cattle that was recently implemented that forced the farmers to make a digital registry of each animal. Second, there are new technologies that are the application of individual collars to each cow so they can monitor their state. This means that technologies keep track of them all day long, all night long, and their health, where they are, what they are doing, if they are ready to be impregnated, everything they need to know in almost real time and without the necessity of being right there checking on them. The issue with this technology is that it's expensive. Each collar is around 200 American dollars, and the control station is even way expensive. Also, there are the mobile applications for improvement practices that do function similar to that of the collars, but without the collars. This means that they need people to be introducing the information into the application, and the application keep control of the state of animals and the production they have and everything. At the same time, these applications have the function of controlling the regenerative cattle production by keeping track of the emissions and that degradation of the parcels where the cows are and where to move them to another parcel.
next.
Well, here we have a table with the effects, with the synthesized effects technologies in sustainability and productivity to see how these goals can be reconciled together with innovation. First, in coffee, we have sensors to analyze soil, aerial photographs, artificial intelligence for fertilizers, and support platforms. In sustainability, we have that these technologies can improve bio inputs development, better use of resources, and more circularity to the process. In productivity, we found that it was possible to duplicate the harvest and reduce costs by using inputs developed from the residual biomass instead of buying them. In banana, we have control application for a better control of the application of chemicals, aerial images, and support platforms. In contributions to sustainability, we found that this is a reduction of the side effects of applications, which is a public health issue to local populations and the people ingesting the food. In productivity, we have a reduction of cost of application due to a better localization of it. For African palm, we have a controlled application of chemicals, aerial images, and support platforms. The sustainability contributions we identified was improvement of chemical use, reduction of water use. These two together were significantly, and better pest control as it was possible to identify sick plants from aerial images. For productivity, we have better control of plants renewal, which is an addition in this production, and the reduction of cost of mobilizing personnel to each parcel.
Mm-hmm.
In cattle, we have technologies for registry and control, collars to keep check of an application of regenerative production through the control of an application. For sustainability impacts, we have an improvement in well-being of the animals as it is possible to have more information about them and how they are, and better integrations to ecosystems due to the applications for regenerative production. In the case of productivity, we have an improvement of the economic control of production. It is possible to have better control of cost and everything that's going on. And now to conclude, we found that digital technologies can improve the sustainability of agricultural productions. These contributions align with solutions to the negative effects of the Green Revolution, for example, soil degradation, water pollution, public health issues, regarding agrochemicals and the loss of biodiversity by integrating the productions in a better manner with ecosystems and having a better control of the use of the needs of chemicals and water. At the same time, technologies improve the productivity and administration of agricultural production, thus reconciling economic and sustainability goals.
Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you.
Thank you.